Hey Mike, the caricature looks a lot better actually. Again, there's quite a bit of touch-up needs to be done. Like I would do some levels adjustment on this lollipop and even here. So let's see where it is. So for those, I'm just going to do a levels and just, I mean, you need to do this yourself. I'm just going to show you that it actually can help. So again, just looking at the eyes, because we're going to clip it. And this is stuff that you should have done. We had a lesson on this. So yeah, so now I'm going to clip it, and you can see if it makes any difference. Create clipping mask. So again, it only applied to the one eye, so it does stand out a little bit better though. So I would probably, you could copy it and put it in top of the other one, or you could link these two together. That didn't really change anything. So again, levels could be done here as well. So the background allows the caricature to stand out better, but it doesn't enhance anything. You can't really tell what it is. It just looks like color. So I mean, I don't know if you have time to change anything. It will lower your grades substantially. This also could use a levels. Actually, I would really look to see, this back shadow also doesn't work at all. It just looks, like the background's just got some darkness on it. So I would completely turn it off. You can't use this text. You need to really follow the spec from the client. So that's really important. And this is really trying to teach some graphic design skills and what it's like to really follow the specs of the client. So very important to to really do that and not just, because if you had a job from a client and he wanted something that said like, flippin' food Fred or whatever, you can't just put something else in it. It's not, you know what I mean? It's just not what the client wants. And so that's kind of the approach. You can always save this. So if you take this and say save as and save this as, version 4 Yum Yum or something, you can always use it later. And it's perfectly fine to do that. But again, you also need to do what the client wants. Where's that head thing? Because this is another one that's got some real dark areas in the back. So I would look again. You're missing your clipping masks here, so that's going to be an issue too in some of these areas. You can drag your other layers over from another file. You just open up two files and then you just take the move tool and just drag the layers across. That's one way to get a layer across. But again, it's going to be a point deduction, and I think that you're probably going to need all your points. So very, very important to follow. If you look at the rubrics, I post in the announcements in each week. Very important to look at what because that's the same thing that's in the grade book pretty much. And this isn't really new info. It's been happening all semester. So again, now there's a little bit more detail stand out here. So I'm going to, again, I will take this levels and I will clip it. Oh shoot, whoops, wrong one. Gosh darn it. There it is, this one. So again, right click, create clipping mask, and then again it's just affecting this, it affects what's under it. So I could probably even put that other, this needs it too. So I could probably even drag this under it too. Well, no, never mind. I'm not, since it's clipped, it'll only affect the layer that's underneath it. So again, if you look at this, you can see that a lot more detail comes out with the levels adjustment. This could use it too. And also it's just kind of dark, and so is this. So, a lot of refinement really could happen here. The masks are a problem. The background, again, if you want a stage or something, you can go to, you can use a Google image search. Okay, I did a Google image search for stage. I've already showed you guys this. So again, one of these simpler ones might work. This is too small. See how it says 642? You need to get something that's like, this one is okay because it's 5,000. But don't put the caricature tiny here because it's not really about the stage. It's about the caricature, and that's what really should stand out the most. This is not really big enough. So if you kind of just mouse over, you could see, you know, something like that could even work. 1600, that barely would make it. So again, that's one solution. Doing Google image searches. You have to cite everything. You know, this is okay. That's too small though. See, it says 680 pixels, too small. You need to get quite, this one could work, 2500 pixels. You know, just one of these simpler ones if you really want to have the stage thing. Even though it's kind of a food concept, so the stage is okay, but it also doesn't really fit in with what the client wants. This is a pretty good one, but it's way too small, 425. But something that was simple will allow the caricature to really stand out more. Again, so just look through these. It's you know, not that hard to change the background out. It's going to make a huge difference. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I probably won't be able to give you too much more feedback. You can grab me on Google Hangouts. Just be sure to really look at those grading rubrics and really look at what you're being graded on so you can pick up as many points as possible. Okay,